Hello everyone, my name's Birgitt Shannon. I'm an artist living in Kadikadi, New Zealand, and this is a video I made while painting a commission called Retro Avocado for a lovely couple in Auckland. I have already penciled part of the design in and have started painting. I begin with the first layer of colour. I don't mix up a big batch of one colour, but rather mix up small batches that are slightly different as I go. Many very thin layers are added. I make the layers thin so they are translucent and the colour underneath shows through. This creates texture and depth, especially on the outer skin of the avocados. The outer edges are tidied up and the skin created. The darker green is blended with the lighter green flesh as the flesh is darker close to the skin. I add thin layers of very pale green and then white as I work closer to the pip. Any areas I know will be remaining white are tidied up. I do this continually during the entire painting. Here are the completed whole avocados and avocado flesh. I now start work on the leaves, again starting with a block of one colour. I also start blocking out the pips and stems. To show the bend in the leaves, I paint the top half darker and make the lower half a little lighter. It's now time to give the pips a more three-dimensional look. I add a slightly lighter orange, but I don't take it all the way to the outer edge. I leave an area of the darker orange, blending the lighter into the inside edge of it. I add an even lighter orange and blend it into the inside edge of the second orange. So there is a gradual change in the colour, and I repeat this process until I finish with a very light orange in the centre. The last step for the avocados themselves is to go around all the edges with ink. This is going to give the whole painting a crisp, clean look. Every line is given at least 2 coats of ink. To paint the veins on the leaves, I'm using an acrylic paint pen, which is just like using a brush, only you don't need to keep dipping it in paint. The stems are given shape using the same technique as on the pips. All that's left to do for this stage of the painting is to draw the ink lines around all the stems and the leaves, and to do some touch-ups to make sure I'm happy with everything. The avocados are finished. It's now time to start on the patterns, but this time I'm starting with the ink outlines. After deciding on the size of the circles, I design the patterns in pencil and then start filling them in. It can take hours to create one pattern depending on the size. Each colour gets 3 or more layers, as do the ink outlines. Working on such small areas, it's difficult to stay inside the lines and for fine lines not to go astray. So I am constantly touching up lines, colours and white areas so that everything is perfect. I don't see this as a problem because many layers is a good thing. This white circle is in slightly the wrong position. Some people may not have noticed, but being a bit of a perfectionist, I had to move it. I have no set plan. The size of the circles, patterns and colours are all chosen purely based on the pattern beside them. Moving on to the next section of the pattern. The curling pattern that looks like a koru is one of my favourites, and I use it in many of my paintings. The first pattern is finished with dozens to go. I'm going to stop talking now and just let you watch as I paint a few more patterns, including the very last little one. That's the painting all finished. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did and you'd like to see more of my videos, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you again for watching, and goodbye.